Do you remember what it was like to connect with friends before 2004? Maybe you were using MySpace, AM, or even just sending text messages. It feels like a lifetime ago, right? Well, today we're going on a journey back in time to explore how one platform completely rewrote the rules of social interaction. We're talking, of course, about Facebook. From a Harvard dorm room to a global empire connecting billions, this is the story of how Facebook changed everything. It all began in February 2004, in a Kirkland House dorm room at Harvard University. A 19-year-old sophomore named Mark Zuckerberg, along with his college roommates, launched a site called The Facebook. Initially, it was exclusive to Harvard students. You needed a Harvard edu email address to even sign up. The idea was simple but revolutionary: create a digital version of the Facebooks that colleges used to help students get to know each other. It was a directory of faces, names, and a little bit about who you were. Within the first 24 hours, over 2,200 Harvard students had signed up. Within a month, more than half the undergraduate population was on it. It was clear Zuckerberg had tapped into something powerful. The appeal was its exclusivity and its connection to real-world identities, a stark contrast to the often anonymous or pseudonymous world of platforms like MySpace. The initial success at Harvard was just the beginning. The Facebook quickly expanded to other Ivy League schools like Stanford, Columbia, and Yale. By the end of 2004, just 10 months after its launch, the platform had already hit 1 million users. This viral growth wasn't just luck. It was a carefully managed expansion strategy, opening up campus by campus, creating a sense of anticipation and desire. In 2005, the company dropped "the" from its name after purchasing the domain name Facebook. For $200,000. A massive sum at the time, but a sign of the big ambitions they had. The year 2006 was a major turning point. Facebook made two game-changing decisions. First, it opened its doors to everyone over the age of 13 with a valid email address. The exclusivity that had fueled its early growth was gone, replaced by a vision of universal connectivity. This was a direct challenge to the reigning king of social media, MySpace. The second, and perhaps more controversial change, was the introduction of the news feed. Suddenly, instead of having to visit each friend's profile to see what they were up to, all their updates, status changes, new photos, relationship updates were aggregated into a single, constantly refreshing stream. Users initially hated it. It felt like an invasion of privacy. But Zuckerberg and his team held firm, believing it was the key to engagement. And they were right. The newsfeed made Facebook addictive. By 2008, the race was over. Facebook had officially surpassed MySpace in terms of monthly active users worldwide. How did they do it? A cleaner interface, a focus on real-world identity, and relentless innovation. One of the most brilliant moves was the launch of the Facebook platform in 2007. This allowed third-party developers to create applications that ran within Facebook. Remember games like Farmville or Mafia Wars? These apps went viral, pulling in millions of new users and making the platform stickier than ever. You weren't just on Facebook to see what your friends were doing. You were there to play games, take quizzes, and share content from all over the web. It was becoming the central hub of online life. Then came the like button in 2009. It seems so simple now, but it was a stroke of genius. It provided a one-click way to acknowledge a post without having to write a comment. It was a form of lightweight social interaction that dramatically increased engagement. The like became a new form of social currency. The number of likes a post received became a public measure of its popularity and relevance. This single feature fundamentally changed how we communicate approval and agreement online, a concept that has since been copied by nearly every other social platform. This, combined with the rise of the smartphone, was about to send Facebook's growth into hyperdrive. The launch of the mobile app meant Facebook was no longer a destination you visited on your computer. It was in your pocket, with you everywhere you went. This constant connectivity had profound social and cultural impacts. Facebook changed the very definition of friend. Suddenly, you could be friends with hundreds, even thousands of people, from childhood acquaintances to colleagues you barely knew. It blurred the lines between close friends and distant contacts. It also transformed how we present ourselves to the world. The profile became a curated highlight reel of our lives, showcasing our best moments, our happiest vacations, and our most flattering photos. This led to new social pressures and the phenomenon of FOMO, the fear of missing out, as we compared our ordinary lives to the seemingly perfect lives of others online. The platform became an integral part of life's biggest moments, from announcing engagements and births to mourning the loss of loved ones. But Facebook's impact wasn't just personal, it was political. The platform played a significant role in organizing social and political movements around the globe. During the Arab Spring in the early 2010s, activists used Facebook to organize protests, share information, and bypass state-controlled media. It became a powerful tool for citizen journalism and grassroots activism, demonstrating how social networks could be used to challenge authoritarian regimes and mobilize populations on an unprecedented scale. Of course, this power also came with a dark side, raising questions about misinformation, echo chambers, and the platform's role in shaping political discourse, issues that Facebook continues to grapple with today. By October 2012, Facebook achieved a milestone that once seemed impossible. It reached 1 billion monthly active users. 1 in 7 people on Earth were now connected through this single platform. It had become a utility, as essential to modern communication as the telephone or email. To maintain its dominance, Facebook began acquiring potential competitors. In 2012, it bought Instagram for $1 billion, a move that was questioned at the time but now looks incredibly prescient. In 2014, it acquired the messaging app WhatsApp for a staggering $19 billion. These acquisitions ensured that Facebook, as a company, controlled multiple key pillars of digital communication, from public sharing to private messaging and visual media. Today, Facebook, now under the parent company Meta, is a vastly different entity than the dorm room project it started as. It's a global advertising behemoth facing immense scrutiny over data privacy, content moderation, and its impact on mental health and democracy. The journey has been filled with triumphs and controversies. But one thing is undeniable. For better or for worse, Facebook fundamentally reshaped our world. It rewired how we interact, how we share, how we organize, and how we perceive ourselves and others. It built a new kind of public square, connecting billions of us in a vast, complex, and ever-evolving digital web. The story of Facebook is more than just the story of a company. It's the story of the last 2 decades of human connection. What do you think? How has Facebook impacted your life? Did you have it back in the MySpace days? Let me know your story in the comments below. I'd love to read your experiences. Thanks so much for watching this deep dive with me. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, and you won't miss our next video. See you next time.